you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators. If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to Creator to Creators today. Today we have a very special guest.
Landon Brittain, or LandonXXL.
XXL, I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is that? How did you get your name? You're too cool.
So there's actually a cool story that came from it when trying to figure out, this is a new little setup we're trying out here. Hopefully it's not covering me up too much. It came from when Instagram first became a thing. Mm-hmm. I originally was, I'm watching to make sure that, can you hear me? I originally made some, silly name, whatever. Yeah. And it had to do with, my last name, my first name. It was like an old username I had. And then I came out to LA and I got my first fitness agent.
Nice.
Before I was an actor, before I was anything. I was like literally the first, month or two I was out here.
Yeah.
I was already kind of a little bit of a fitness influencer. At one point I was the biggest bodybuilder in the world.
Nice.
One of the biggest. You can't say the biggest, or you're gonna
right,
get,
it's like
everyone's gonna
like,
come out and be
minute.
like, no, there was that one guy that was bigger.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, he's taller. But I got this agent, and he's like, okay, first thing we got to do if we're gonna grow your account. I probably had like maybe 5,000 or less followers at the time when I came out here. It was mostly Facebook back in Oklahoma before I came out. Nice. And I came out here, everybody had Instagram, so I had to jump in and get that going. And he was like, just make it simple so people can find you, so people know, like what you're all about, and you're known for being big. So just make it your name and your T-shirt size, because that's what you're known for. At the time, I was probably 310 pounds, which is about what I am now, but I was much bigger then because I was more of an active bodybuilder, and I was a 3XL. So I did LandonXXL. And I typed it in to get the name, and it came back that the user ID wasn't available. And I'm like, who the hell has LandonXXL? And then it dawned on me, you can't have XXX.
Oh, I see.
So then that spawned LandonXXL.
I love that.
Yeah, and
that's
then
a unique name.
And then I would tell you, it was as a kind of uncomfortable kid from Oklahoma, brand new in LA, going around and trying to like brand yourself as some ridiculous name that no one's heard. People are like, who the fuck is LandonXXL? Can we curse on here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I would get so much hate for like trying to, and I'm like, but no, they say to brand, and they say this is what I'm supposed to do, but it's so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable to try to create something that no one's ever created before, because you're not just making yourself, you're making yourself like a persona, and you're branding yourself. Yeah. And people talk about it a lot. But I didn't understand it when I tried to do it originally. And and if you don't mind, I'm going to light up a cigar.
Yeah, please go ahead. It's so important to brand, right?
Yeah.
Like how to stand out, because everyone's doing it. So what sets you apart versus from someone else?
And I still his name was Eli. I'm not with him anymore. Mm-hmm. It was actually a really tough lesson I had to learn, losing him. But Eli, if you're still out there, I appreciate you. I love you. Mm-hmm. You've started something pretty cool, or you helped start something pretty cool.
Wow.
And now I'm an actor.
I love that. I love that.
I've had a lot of people on the way that have helped out, and unfortunately aren't still around for various reasons. But it's always good. Like I always think, like I'm not in contact with a lot of the people that you've come across and have disappeared or gone away.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wish I could just give everybody a shout out, because
it
takes a freaking
village
village
to keep it all
do all
going.
this. Yeah.
You make it look so easy.
Really? Just because I look good with a cigar.
There we go.
By the way, do you know how to properly light a cigar?
Yeah, I actually just learned recently at the cigar lounge. I was like, I never knew.
Well, you had Johnny Marquez teach you. Yeah.
Yes,
Johnny's a fellow actor. Big shout out to Johnny. And you gotta heat up the edges.
Yeah.
And then when you.
Yeah,
I like that part.
Process.
I always like this part where you.
Right. Yeah.
You blow out like a fireball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, it's an art form to that. I commend you guys at the cigar lounge. It's pretty cool. What made you say, you know what, acting? This is what I wanted outside of doing anything else.
So, like I said, I came from bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I was a very dedicated bodybuilder, and I really wanted it, and I wanted it more than anything in life. And I competed. I only actually competed once, which is a common misunderstanding. It looks like I've competed a lot because I've been doing it for a long time, but I only actually ever competed one time in Tulsa in 2016. When I moved out here, I was in preparation for another competition. I would have come back for my second show a whole different beast. I would have been like, my first show I was like 240 pounds on stage, which is a lot, but I'm very tall.
Yeah.
And my second show I would have been close to 275, 280. Wow. So I'd gained like 40 pounds of muscle.
So you're eating a ton.
Yeah. A little later on when I went through another phase where I was kind of gave up on bodybuilding, and I was like, let's just see how big we can get, how big and fit. Like right now I'm not super fit, but which is okay as an actor.
Yes.
You don't need to be huge. I need to get a little skinnier probably, but I was eating about 8,000 calories a day.
Wow.
And it was clean. It was like chicken and rice. And,
wow. That's impressive.
Now I eat just whatever bullshit gets near my mouth.
and then food on set, not the best, but
Yeah, and it's always, it's always, they're good about making it organic and stuff like that, but healthy, like healthy in the sense of a bodybuilder versus healthy in the sense of a model or whatever, are completely different things.
I love that. You said getting an agent. A lot of people out here say, it's really hard to find an agent, someone that's going to actually get you work, right? That's the big thing. It's like, how do you stay working? And how do you know this agent is going to, do the thing that you want them to do for you?
Right. Well, to start that off, I'm represented by Exclusive Artist Agency with Bailey Ray Harrison. Thank you, Bailey. And then I have a great manager as well, Nelson Paradise Parks, with ESI Management. I just picked him up, actually.
Yeah. Oh, congrats.
But to answer your question about the agent, I don't, I kind of fell into it. That was specifically for fitness and for like physique and stuff like that. So that he wasn't out trying to get me acting gigs. I wasn't an actor back then.
Right.
I was just a guy on the internet, and he was good at. He was kind of a little more of like a manager than an agent, and he kind of was like guiding like stuff like changing. Your agent doesn't really care about your Instagram name.
Yeah.
They just care about you getting your headshots up and making sure that you're able to shoot self-tapes or show up to auditions or whatever. A manager is more, I probably should have called him a manager. Manager is much more like guiding your career.
Right.
So things like how easy it is to find you. How does your IMDb look? How, does your Instagram look like it supports you as an actor? Do you look like a real actor? Do you look like a guy pretending to be an actor,
There's a difference.
But then as far as the agents go, I actually, I got an agent pretty early on. It's kind of, most of my stories are always just like, oh, that was kind of funny. So some girl I was talking to was like, oh, when I first moved here, everyone was like, you should be an actor, you should be an actor. And I've never acted before in my life. And keep in mind, Meosha and I met each other on my 8th year anniversary in LA.
I'm honored.
I know.
Thank you so much.
I'm honored.
Congrats.
But it's so I've only been here 8 years. I never acted before I moved here.
Yeah.
And just everybody was like, you should act. I was going through a period where I moved out here ready to compete in bodybuilding, and it was just too stressful.
Yeah.
The move was too stressful. I'd lost my job 3 weeks after I moved here,
Wow.
and that's a whole other story. And I was just like, I don't know that I'm ever going to be a great bodybuilder. And part of that is, if any bodybuilders are actually watching, I'm 6'4", 6'5". There's not a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
And when I say I was one of the biggest bodybuilders, it's because of my height. A lot of it. There's not a lot of tall bodybuilders out there.
Interesting. So that's like, it's hard to do.
So when I was at my peak, I was like 330 with a six pack, which is ridiculous. And I still wouldn't have been a pro. I still wouldn't have been a pro bodybuilder at that level.
Wow.
Because I would still have to cut down, and you're competing against guys that are 5'10" that are 300 pounds. So it's like crazy. But they're like top tier. But yeah, so I wound up meeting this girl. She recommended an agency.
Yeah.
I still remember walking into that agency nervous as all hell. And I wish I remembered the name. It was like JLM or something like that. They did a lot of did a lot of like youth agent stuff. I didn't know that at the time. But I walked in, they're like, whoa, like, we don't have anything like you. I was like, we're going to go ahead and assign you up.
Let's go.
Can you act? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter. You look like you do. We're gonna run with it.
I love
And
it.
so I was signing the paperwork, and this is another common misnomer about me. As I'm filling in all the information, it's like, what's your name? And it said Landon Brittain. It's like, what's your stage name? And I'm like, what the hell would my stage name be? My name, like my original name from childbirth, is Landon Brittain. So it's almost London Brittain, and I always thought it was kind of strange,
That's
but
interesting.
it worked really well coming to Hollywood. So,
Wow.
but then it came to time. I was like, should I protect my identity? Now that if maybe someday I get famous, and I was like, well, what the hell am I going to change my name to? It was like Brandon Litton. Like, that doesn't sound as good.
Right.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah.
Wow. How hard is that for people? Like, I commend you because to stay hungry still for it. You're in your purpose. You know what you're doing. No one can shake you or dissuade you from that.
Yeah.
What do you think is it that you possess inside of you that makes you keep going every day?
So one of the rules that I live by is every day I go to sleep a better version of the man I woke up. So it's like an incremental thing. So I think one of the biggest things is being able to focus on your day-to-day growth rather than looking at, like, people always talk about their success plans. They've got a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, all that shit. Shit doesn't matter if you don't do your like one day plan.
Yes.
And so I kind of just focus every day on the day. Obviously there's things I look forward to and things that I'm hoping that come to fruition. And that's what drives me insane, because like the waiting. So in the meantime, I just focus on every day becoming a better version of myself.
Love that.
We just learned how to set up this stuff. That is new.
Brilliantly.
That's new
I mean,
information, and that's new things that I didn't know how to do this morning. So I know I can go to bed tonight
There you
a
go.
better version. If now I'm probably going to start using this. This is all stuff that we bought for a podcast that I was going to start that I just didn't have time to do, and now
We're
it's
here.
the first time we're coming in use.
I love that.
I know, it's so great. It's so
I'm
great.
blessing this mic.
I know.
Oh, he blessed the mics.
Yeah, bless. Pet the mic. Pet it.
No, I love that. I love that because I used to do acting, and then I got into the film side because
Yeah, I saw that you've been creating films since you were 7.
long time.
That's a long time.
Acting, doing modeling things, gigs
I almost
like that.
asked you how old you are, but you don't ask a
Oh,
woman how
you
old
never
they are.
asked an AT. That's right.
And my follow-up question would be like, well, how long have you been making film? It's like, but we can all do
Forever.
math, so.
I'm 100 years old. No.
Rock don't cry.
Yeah, right, that's what I was gonna. You got me. I was just gonna say
You're
that.
beautiful, by the way. Look, these
Thank
eyes
you,
are
thank
just
you.
nuts. I'm over here and trying to not
Beautiful.
fall in love.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. No, I want to ask you something because I really feel like has there been any time in the journey that you've ever doubted yourself?
Yeah, daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
no, I'm always doubting myself.
Incredible.
Well, I mean, like, even I think I don't know if doubted's the right word, but the harder you are in yourself, the more, it's kind of like and maybe it's something from bodybuilding.
Yeah.
In bodybuilding, we have a thing called body dysmorphia. We all know about it.
I've heard of that. I just recently heard
So
of that.
body dysmorphia basically is, you look in the mirror and you see whatever physique you see.
Yeah.
And if you're a bodybuilder, a legit bodybuilder, you look better than physically than anybody else on the planet. And you still look at it and all you see is your little imperfections. And that's what keeps you driven and keep you going.
Yeah.
And they call it, they call it a disease or, whatever it is. But I kind of have that in everything I do.
Okay.
And maybe it is a disease, and maybe someday I'll figure it out and work it out and realize that I shouldn't have lived my life that way. But it's the only way I know how to progress.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just when I'm on set. When I'm on set, I'll shoot something, and then invariably, I'll be driving away, and be like, "Fuck! I could have done this. It would have been better." And I beat myself up over it. But that pain that I feel.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is 90% of the time it comes back as, "Oh, you're fucking amazing. You're so great." And they're like, "I don't see a problem with it," but I'm like, I still see flaws in it,
God.
And I want to, and it's kind of a perfectionist thing, which I'm never going to be perfect, but the pursuit of perfection, I think, is a healthy thing.
That is.
But you have to understand you're not going to be perfect, or you'll run yourself crazy.
You will. Yes.
But I don't come from the stunt fight world, but I work with Tony Surfman all the time. Big shout out to Tony Surfman. Check him out on Instagram. One of the best fight choreographers, upcoming actor. I think he's going to be a great director someday.
I think so.
He'd be a good one for you to do an interview with.
I would love that. Tony.
Probably should have invited him over here for this, but when we're on set together, he is a perfectionist. He's an actual perfectionist. Like, he wants things perfect.
Yeah.
And he's not scared to tell people that they need to do this and this and this. And so he talks to me this way. He tells me, he's like, "Hey, no," he's like, "you got to do it this way. You got to, this isn't coming off as well." And when someone tells me I'm not doing something right, I take it to heart, especially somebody that I care about with Tony, and I trust him and I respect him as a professional.
Yeah.
So it wears on me, and the longer our set is, if I don't get it, I'm just beating myself up the whole time.
Man.
And then I go away and I'm like, man, I fucked up today. I could have done so much better.
Yeah.
And then we watch it and I'm like, holy shit, that's me. I was like, oh my God. But, and I know that now that we've done enough films, we've got, we actually have 2 films coming up that we shot together that are competing with each other at the Independent Shorts Awards at LA Live, the Regal at LA Live on September 19th. But that's 2 of the 3 nominees for Best Action Film, Action Short are our films.
Nice.
Tony and I's. And one's called The Asset, one's called The Experiment. Chris Fulkins directed The Asset, and Hugo Will directed The Experiment.
Awesome.
So, and then my production company, Castle Productions, produced The Experiment. So it's kind of cool. That's a new thing that I'm getting into, is production.
Do you like it?
I like, so the way I see it, especially, I moved out here 8 years ago, not as an actor, and now I've got a lot of opportunities, but it's the same thing. If I want the opportunities to keep coming, I want to eliminate any obstacles or any chances that I'm going to have downtime in acting if I'm going to try to be a full-time actor. And so I think production is a big part of that, because if you're not out there trying to make your own stuff, then all you're doing is relying on somebody to pick me and pick me. And even with my, my class of actor is pretty small, because I have a really specific look and all that stuff. So I'm not competing with, the vast majority of actors in LA. But if I'm the one that's responsible for having the production put together, then I have a little more control over how it goes and how the creativity of it works. But then also it guarantees that I'm working.
That's right.
And it's hard to be a working actor in LA right now. There's
so much is going on.
Yeah.
I commend you guys. It's a lot. I think mentally too. I think mental health is a big one that I like to talk about too, about just the mindset you have to just, the brutal honesty that of people that tell you what you should do better or fine tune. It's like you can't be perfect, but still, it's like there's more to grow and to go, like to get to. So it's like trying to have a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Stepping away from. Do you ever take those like breaks and like, all right, I'm gonna go rewire myself and just
I mean, like,
get away?
honestly, yesterday I had kind of a rough day.
Yeah.
And I got home from meetings all day, and I still had energy. I probably should have gone to the gym, but I was just kind of like fed up with people for the day.
Yeah.
Like my social battery was just at a 0, but I still had energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so weird. I'm tired by the time I come home, and my tolerance was just so low that I wanted to keep working, but I just wanted to disappear.
Yeah.
And so I've got these 2 little monsters that are running around the backyard. They're both sleeping right
They're
around
so
us. But I've come to where, like, when I come into those situations, I just take them and I go lay down in bed with them and watch a movie, and
just
they're kind of like my
relax.
little safe space. You know,
Yes.
we're like our own little like pack. You know,
I love that.
I'm the leader of the pack, and they love it.
I love that.
Little London's back here sleeping, and Gucci's up there.
Oh, there she is.
They're also on Instagram.
Follow.
London 2XL, LONDON 2XL, and Gucci 2XL.
I love it. I love the name. A question, and I love asking this question. There's no wrong answer. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 levels of influence.
Feel
Money.
over what?
The 3 levels of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Money,
Mm-hmm.
power, or respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which ones would you choose and why? No
Let
wrong
me think
answer.
about it for a second. 'Cause that's a heavy question.
Yeah.
I mean, money is always nice. So I always say money, and I've had money, and I've lost money, and I've had it, and actually I've got a rule with money. I've got a rule with my friends that I want around me. It's not, you want to be around successful people,
Yeah.
but I want to be around, I used to say I wanted to be the least successful person in the room, ideally. And then eventually I was like, well, just being around success doesn't mean much, because you come out here and you've got people that, you know, maybe were handed success.
Yeah.
And then those aren't really the people I really kind of want to be around. I want to be around the people who grew something, you know. And so then I used to say, I want to be around people who came from nothing and made something of it, or took something, you know, even if they did come from something, as long as they made it better,
Yes.
that's awesome. And I changed it recently because there's a different valuation and resiliency of person when you've succeeded and kept pushing, and, you know, whether it's from your pushing or you just fucking up and you lost everything and you've been able to regrow from nothing.
Yeah.
So that's my new barometer
I love that.
on how the people that I want in my like very inner circle, if you haven't been successful, lost everything, and then got back up, because I mean, you can get lucky, and you can be successful. You know, I'm an engineer in my background. You could invent something, and it's a one-off thing, or you can be an artist, and you can have a one-hit wonder and go, and then that's all you do for the rest of your life, you know? But the people who have done something great, or done something at all, and then lost it all, and then rebuilt themselves from the ground up in a completely different direction, that's I feel like that's the most resilient person. That's not an answer to her question,
but I love
but
that,
that's the reason I'm not choosing money. So that's power. Power is nice.
Yeah, it's how you look at it.
But power can be lost. I think respect.
Okay.
I think respect, and I think respect for the reason that for an actor especially, like I said, you can do something, you can lose it, and the money comes and goes. The money is something out. That's an output of your efforts. So being I'm trying to like logic it out. I'm a big logic guy, so
I love it. This is good.
The money isn't a condition, it's an output. Power is more like respect, but I think respect is a thing, because at the end of the day, even if you fuck up and you lose power, say you lose your job, you know, you can still be respected, and you can still be immediately employable again.
It's true.
And in the film industry especially, if you're respected, you know, if you have money and you're an EP on a project, that's great. We need EPs.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
the day that money goes away, you can't be an EP again.
Exactly,
you know, you have to go out and find somebody else with money.
I see.
So money is so transient. I think power is earned, and it's helpful. But I think respect at the end of the day is the only thing that has long-standing power.
Yeah, longevity.
Long-standing longevity.
Yeah, it does.
So, you know,
it really does.
that's my answer. Respect.
That's a great answer. I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you. I had a thought.
Yeah.
I was like, which one
Power is a tough one though. 'Cause
I'm curious.
but power, you know, it's like anything when you know, if you have, you can lose power. You know, like even like you look at politics and stuff like that. You can lose power due to other people's actions too.
That's right. That's right.
But you can't lose respect from other people's actions.
That's right.
Like you can be slandered.
Yeah.
But you have an opportunity to respect.
I love
Respect's the
that.
only thing that has real longevity.
I love that.
And I'm in it for the long haul.
Beautiful. So, are you working on anything at the moment?
I am.
He's like 25 things.
I am, and I can't talk about
Oh
them.
no!
I had to get everything cleared today.
Yeah.
To see what I could talk about. I have a huge, amazing project that I'm
Can't
starting
wait.
at the end of September.
That's right, guys. Follow.
And it's the biggest
follow.
thing that I've done thus far.
Can't wait.
And I got a big old no when I asked my producer whether I could talk about it.
Sorry, guys.
It'll be a very big deal. It'll be we're hoping it'll be released around this time next year. But that's I can say that it is a comedic. Comic book related film.
That sounds fun.
Yes. And if anybody knows me, I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Yes.
I was raised, you know, I'll show you later my Marvel collection and all that stuff.
Love that.
We haven't made it upstairs yet, which doesn't sound like it.
Dun, dun,
My comic
dun.
books are upstairs, not my bed, you friggin' perverts.
That's
My
hilarious.
bed is also upstairs, though. Just saying.
We'll be back.
Those eyes. And I'm talking. So I thought this cigar was going to be a good idea.
I like the cigar is hitting.
It just, I made it like an 18th of an inch into this cigar. But I love cigar. This is also, this is from Nazareth. It's the cigar club that I'm a member of.
Yeah.
That's actually a really cool story, too. So for my
exciting.
birthday this last year, I joined a cigar club. It's on, I think it's Cannon Drive in Beverly Hills. It's called Nazareth.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see it, but it has right there. This is their house cigar, but it's probably a little preemptive. But when you join the club, they have all these beautiful wooden lockers on this wall, and they're all about. The doors are like that big, something like that. And there's beautiful wood, and then they all have these golden nameplates on them with your name on it and the number. And so I got to choose where my locker was based on the available ones. There weren't a lot of available ones, but it's really well known for actors in this place to hang out, and that's part of the reason I wanted to be around people in the entertainment industry. Ben McAbee and James Schalke brought me there. James Schalke actually brought me there.
Nice.
He brought me there for what I didn't realize was an audition for a film that I wound up getting. It's called Carnivore. I'm the title character. It started shooting, but we're kind of in a little halt to make sure that we have the creative direction right. But Ben McAbee and James Schalke, like Hollywood royalty.
I love that.
They're the ones
awesome.
who brought me into that cigar lounge. So my locker's right under Ben McAbee's, and then right to the right of Ben is Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
Oh, there we go.
So I'm catty-corner to Arnold. Sylvester
greatness.
Stallone is on the wall. Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
There's a Coppola up there.
Nice.
I think it's Francis Ford's nephew or something like that.
That's awesome.
From The Godfather. But yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
That's awesome. First time I went to a cigar lounge coming here. I pass them all the time, but it's something to it. Like the people are just, everyone's just relaxed, just
Where do you
having a
live
good
again?
time. I'm from Florida, but I live in Atlanta now. Well, I don't want to tell people, but I got some stuff.
Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. With a lot
You're
of us
cut
here.
that part out.
Yeah, I probably will.
Okay.
I got some stalkers. I really do.
I bet. With eyes like that. You shouldn't.
But you're hilarious. So tell me, what advice
Also, so you
would
know,
you
your eyes are
give-
cool. Your personality is 10 times cooler.
See, he's charming, isn't he, ladies? Thank you. That's so sweet. You were
I'll show you
too.
upstairs
You were
later.
too. You were too. You were too. What advice would you give to that young boy, that young girl out there that knows that there's something more for them in the acting world and want to try it, but they just don't know if they don't know what to do? What advice would you
Well,
give
I
to
don't
them?
know that I'm the best person to give advice on that, because when I was a young boy or girl, I didn't know I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is all new to me. I think my advice would be live life. The only reason,
Yes.
I've got this, I was lucky enough, this is a great story.
You have
My stories,
stories.
when I tell my stories, they sound like in my mind, they sound like they're made up. And I'm like, nobody believes you, Landon. Shut up. So
some too.
I have a very good friend. His name's Alan Knudsen. He was a executive producer on a film that was produced by Ted Field. Ted Field is one of the most notable producers in Hollywood, and I like to call him a friend. And because of Alan, I got to meet
Yeah.
him. Ted's been kind of like quietly behind my career.
That's awesome.
We're actually, I'm actually cast on my first project with him. I didn't get clearance to talk about it, so
Yeah.
we're not shooting it yet anyways, and it's been
Okay.
in the works for a while, but I was already cast in it, with my buddy Brandon Shinneman. I'm dropping a lot of names
Yeah,
here.
I mean, this guy. You're
for me to
connected.
remember
This
for
is
me to
it.
remember names is shocking, and I've got a little paper down here that has some names on it, and I haven't looked at it yet.
I love that. Yes.
I'm just talking about the ones that we don't have a lot of time, so we're just talking about a lot of the people in my head. So the point of the matter is, when I moved out here, I
Yeah.
didn't understand the way the movie industry worked.
Yeah.
And I literally had, I don't know how I got so lucky. I had Ted Field, one of the best producers in Hollywood,
Wow.
love you, Ted, sit me down when I was just a little green wannabe actor.
Oh, I love it.
And explain to me the difference between a director and a producer. That's how green I'm talking about. Like green. Like I didn't, and even now I'm still learning so much about the
Nice.
film industry.
Yeah.
Even when you get into like series versus films,
Yeah.
it's a completely different thing. I just recently learned what a co-star was in a series, because I do mostly films. I do
Yeah, yeah,
mostly
yeah.
theatrical films. And I guess in series, co-star is like somebody who just pops in for a day. But in my mind, co-star sounds like it's awesome.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm like, yeah, sign me up. I'm going to be a co-star. That
Yeah.
sounds like the second most important person.
Exactly.
But it's just a day
Let's
person.
go.
But where was I going to go? Oh, okay. So you were asking about advice to younger people,
Yeah.
to follow back up with that.
Or anyone.
So I was lucky enough to have Ted Field explain this to me, and then he directed me to my acting coach that I've now had for like 5 or 6 years. His name is Joe Ockman. Look him up. He is, if anyone's ever heard of the guy Dave Bautista, he was Dave Bautista's acting coach,
I
and
love
Ted
that.
Field was also responsible for Dave.
I love it.
Also responsible for Vin Diesel. And I did get okay from him a long time ago to share this story. When I first met him, we were at dinner, and I was just like I was interested in acting. I didn't know what I was doing. I had an agency. I had booked a couple things, and Ted, having an opportunity to sit down with Ted Field at the table,
That was
he was
amazing.
telling me, he's like, over the years I've learned not to, just hand out roles to people, and he's like, but I like you. And then eventually, like by the end of the dinner, he was like, I think you're going somewhere.
I
He was
love
like,
that.
so he kind of decided that he was gonna like support me where he could, and he texted me the coolest text ever. He said he's going for the because he kind of helped build Vin Diesel and Dave Bautista, and we're all kind of in that same
kind of
thing.
like,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
Vin's quite a bit smaller than Dave and I, but he sent me a text. He said, I'm going for the trifecta of buff bald guys in Hollywood.
I love that.
And it said Diesel, Bautista, Brittain. And I'm like,
Nice.
who am I to be in the same sentence as those
beautiful.
juggernauts? Like,
It's
what the
beautiful.
hell? And it was an eye-opening day.
Yeah.
I got my little baby walking around this London. Probably looking for food. But the reason I bring up Joe is they gave Dave Joe as an acting coach early on for the same reason that Ted gave me Joe. And it was because we're too damn old to go to a 10-year school of acting and learn how to act. But however, and the reason my suggestion for young actors was to live life was that if I had lived a boring life and I hadn't done anything and I had, and I just, kind of existed, by the time I got out here, even if I was if everything else was the same, I wouldn't have all these experiences to pull on. And so what Joe's really great about doing, and I will forever love this man for this, in just, a single hour with him, when we have a project we've got to get ready for, an audition, he can figure out, because he knows me very well now. He knows more about me than most people should, probably. And he knows where to pull. He'll be like, you remember that time you told me that you were in this really fucked up situation? And this isn't quite like this, but those feelings are probably pretty similar. Like, where did you feel that in your stomach? Or you feel it in your chest, your stomach? And we talk through it, feel where the tension was. And then that's where I start acting from, is where that experience lives in me.
I like
and
that.
Then that's kind of what starts things off. But so I'm not classically trained as an actor.
I love that, though.
But I'm classically trained as a human. And so 90% of what Joe does with me is getting me to calm down and not act. And we were talking a little bit about this before, and just be as authentic version of me as I can.
Love that. And
then let that allow the character that I'm trying to play come alive through me.
I love that. It's beautiful. Be. Just be.
Just be.
And
not try so hard.
Yes.
The more you try, the more
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it comes off as fake.
Yeah.
And audience can eat it. They can smell fake from forever away.
Yes.
If you're pretending to be somebody, and you also have to understand who you are.
Yeah.
One of the big things I learned when I moved to LA is I haven't always been on top. I've been on the bottom. I've been in the ditch. I've been all kinds of places. and unfortunately, it took me being in all those good places and bad places and high points and low points to understand the breadth of who I am. And then you use those experiences, and you use once you understand not just the good parts of yourself. I actually wrote a song about this called Method. I'll play it for you afterwards.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm making music now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's about basically, I'm sober now. I've been sober for a little over 40 days.
Nice.
Exciting. It's a big part of my life right now. And I've been trying for 3 months. So in those 3 months, I've been channeling that energy. Right. And it's just words are just coming out of me.
I love that.
I've written one short script, and one I just finalized a second feature script. I don't know if they're any good or not. We'll see. But then I've written 13 songs too. Wow. And so I'll play some of those for you afterwards. But
that's incredible.
It's the sobriety has allowed me to kind of get back to the drive that I had before. I got so heavily into the Hollywood life and all that stuff. Yeah,
it's easy to get hooked up into that world, that crazy party life.
And it's a fun world. And my song Method is about, it's because a lot of it's about praising sobriety and doing the healthy things, and so happy that I didn't do something that would wreck my entire life or something like that, or because there's a lot of bad things that can come from partying, but I'm also so damn happy that I went through those, because I had those experiences, and now that I understand the bad parts of me, now I can appreciate the good parts, and because of those two things together, now I can actually be a more fulfilling actor. The advice for younger actors would just be, live life, make mistakes, figure out who you are, both the good and bad. Everybody puts on a facade to some extent, but when you're able to when you're able to get to know the real person inside of you, and you can sit comfortably with that person in silence, then you can start thinking about taking on another character.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Beautifully said. I mean, I really enjoyed our conversation. This was so lovely to just hear your story. I'm sure you have way more, but, you know, we can't share everything.
Not at all what I thought this conversation was going to be.
I love it, though.
Yeah,
it was what it was supposed to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
You know, like, I really feel like when you're aligned, it's just you're on the frequency and everything just, it just works.
And by the way, we looked at the screen, and I am shiny. This is
Yes.
bug spray because we're outside in the Hollywood Hills, and there have been a lot of mosquitoes out lately. So,
Yes,
but I haven't been
tons.
getting bothered.
Yeah, I
think
saw a few, but they're good. They're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't bothered me at all.
That's good.
But I am really shiny. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to wrap things up, where can people find you on social media and follow everything you got?
So social media, LandonXXL,
Yes.
and mostly Instagram, a little bit of TikTok.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of work on rebranding my website. It is thelandonxxl.com. Got to put the "the" in there. God, I didn't even get to talk about any of the projects I'm working on, really. There is, check me out on IMDb under Landon Brittain. It's LandonBrittain, like the country with an extra T.
Yeah.
Where else? I just updated my LinkedIn today.
Nice. I don't use it actually much.
I don't use it very much either. But it's like once you're looking, I've been using Claude a lot lately to try to identify gaps in between what I should be doing versus what I am doing.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm putting my efforts into the right things. And I actually had it. I had it analyzed because there's not a lot of actors. There's not a lot of actors. I love him. I love him so much. This is my little boy that I was talking about going up and getting in bed with. He's a cuddler.
There he is.
Gucci, GUCCI2XL.
Yes.
Go check him out on Instagram. He's like a little train. But I had to analyze the top 5 actors who kind of fit my look.
Yeah.
And then 5 actors were up and coming, and then 5 actors who are like aging out, you know, or on their way out or whatever. And it found some really interesting things. First of all, it found that nobody my height, which is 6'4", 6'5", is within 50 pounds of me.
Wow.
Of that group that is selected, including Bautista, The Rock. They're all, I think The Rock is sitting around like 240 or something like that.
Wow.
Bautista just lost a lot of weight.
Tons of it.
Huh?
For a film?
That was, a lot of people ask me about Bautista, and I don't know Dave personally. I would love to, Dave, if you're out there. I think there was talk about me working on a project with him.
Nice.
From a producer I'd met. But, I'm 310 pounds and I'm 44. Dave's quite a bit older than me, and he was really the only one that was my size. He was over 300 pounds. He's about 6'5", 6'4". He's become a amazing actor, altogether, just hands down to that guy. But people are like, oh my God, did he get sick? Is he doing for a role? I'm like, guys, it fucking hurts to be 300 pounds. Like, you were asking me if I'm a sweater earlier. It's like, yeah, I'm 310 pounds. I sweat all the time. I get winded walking upstairs. Like, 310 pounds is a lot of weight.
It's a lot.
And so when you look at somebody like Dave, and once again, I can't speak for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know him personally, but I have been in his shoes with being that heavy. And once you get older, it's gotta be hard. Like, I know that I can't carry all this weight for the rest of my life. It'll break you, And so my best guess would be like, he just like, look, he doesn't really he doesn't have to rely on his size anymore, because he's really shown himself to be a truly brilliant actor.
Amazing actor.
And so now he's probably just dropped some weight so that he can be more comfortable. Like, it hurts, So big props to Dave for people like him and I coming into the acting industry. Entertainment industry. The size definitely helps us because it sets us apart, but it's not forever.
Not forever.
You gotta catch up with your other capabilities and make sure that. And I'm kind of if anyone, I would like to say that I'm going to try to follow in his footsteps, and of course pave my own road as well.
Absolutely.
But I mean, he's given a beautiful landscape for me to step into, and especially with him, you know, he's taken on a different direction.
Yeah.
With the type of actor he is, and is I think it's kind of opened up a gap in Hollywood that hopefully I can just slide.
You will. I mean, it's happening though. Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, same thing. Yeah. He's dropped some weight for film, and I was impressed. So you guys totally. There's space. There's room.
And then as far as we didn't really get to plug my new stuff coming out. Please. I have the Pool Boy. It's a pretty wonderful feature film. It's going to be premiering August 29th at the Chinese Theater. There will be probably a pretty huge showing for that. My biggest project I've worked on thus far is called 'Twas the Fight Before Christmas with my beautiful, amazing director, Louise Linton, Tony Surfman, and Gabby, who's inside the house now. That's how I met her. Yeah. They were both in it, and Brandy and Raw. There's a pretty great little cast in that, but we just found out we got international distribution.
All right, let's go.
I know. So
that's exciting.
I believe that will officially be out streaming for this Christmas.
That's awesome.
And I have such a this beautiful idea of watching my Christmas movie with my mom this Christmas, and it's a Christmas action comedy similar to Home Alone.
Beautiful.
So it's it'll be funny. It's really physical. You know, it's there's a little bit of raunchiness to it. I haven't seen it yet, but a bunch of beautiful people on the screen just doing silly stuff, and it's Christmassy and it's family, and it'll be a beautiful film to come out.
Well, I'm excited. Congratulations. And
then I have the 2 films on September 19th at the Independent Shorts Awards. That are both vying for the top action short.
Nice. You're working. You're cooking out here.
I've got like another 10 things in post-production. They're already shot. Shot. Yeah.
How do you sleep? When do you find the time to
sleep? I don't know. That's why I have all this podcast stuff and never used it. The intent was to use this for a podcast. I'm like, when am I going to have time to do this?
Amazing, though. It's good. You're killing it.
Yeah, but you know, then you know, mentioning Tony and Gabby, we're kind of like a little crew, and then we got Hugo. We got a nice little like core group of people that. If you know, Tony was the one who helped me get into the Christmas movie with Luis. He actually walked me onto Sony Studios lot into Luis's office, and Luis saw me and she was like, Yep, you're cast. I was like,
perfect.
Okay. And then, you know, she allowed me to take a lot of creative you know, leniency and allowed me to ad-lib a lot, which I hope will add a lot to the film. And then I'm sure that will not be the last film that Louise and I do together, because she's become I think she's a friend. You're a friend, right?
You just know, right? You just know, like, we're gonna, something's gonna.
Yeah, and then Tony and Gabby and I are, another great thing. Gabby, I want to plug Gabby. I never get it right. Name last.
Kostadinova.
Kostadinova.
Yeah, perfect.
She's a beautiful Bulgarian, talented actress, stunts.
She's
dancer.
Does it all.
Everything. Also writer, director, because she has her own project called Blood Tax that is probably the best acting that I've ever been involved with. Awesome. Have you seen my monologue?
I've seen a little bit of it.
I'll show you. I'm going to show you the monologue.
I'm excited.
If it doesn't make you cry, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
He's like, you will cry.
You will cry. No, it makes me cry every time watching it still. So, and I've watched it many times.
I love that.
And then I've also got another thing we're premiering. We call it After Hours. Director Spencer, I'm blanking on his last name right now. My paper's too far away from me, but can we tag all these people?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll tag all these people. But After Hours is a comedy. We just shot the pilot, but it's a comedy about running a dive bar. Yeah. And I play a bouncer named Bruno, who's not very good at his job because he's usually spending his time talking to girls. Spencer.
I think I've seen something about this.
Yeah, you might have.
Like a poster or something?
Yeah, there's some. It's we already had like a little screening of the pilot. We're going to do a screening here at the house, I believe, in September 17th, I think. So
Is Philip Mateo or someone that like actor-wise, acting? Who's all in it exactly?
That's why I need my little
got
sheet.
it. I think I've seen it before, the
Yeah,
poster, and I was
yeah.
like, I think I know the guy.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, and I mean, keep doing it. Like, thank you so much for your life story and sharing
No
your
problem.
journey with us.
That seemed like a 10-minute conversation.
That was so fun.
Yeah, it was
So
easy.
fun.
She's
Thank
a
you.
great interviewer, guys.
I try. But
And you
thank
got to
you.
tune in. Your show is
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Spotify,
Yeah.
iHeart, it's everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere.
We're gonna be famous.
Yes, this is gonna go viral. It's gonna make you go viral. And thank you again, and
Of
thank you
course.
all for listening and watching Creators to Creators with Meosha Bean. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.